change of scene this morning to do some writing. I'm just in the process of discovering my local area, including this little cafe. And I've come here to put the finishing touches on this blog. I'm already at 805 words, but I need to shape the final part of it to land it properly. Last week I was talking about wanting a hobby, something I could do with my hands without a computer, and I'm thinking of watercolours. So I just dropped into the local art store to have a look what they've got. Those look bright, don't they? Let's see what I can find. This set has got some super pretty colours in it. I think that would inspire me to get in and have a play. I think I'll take that. So that was quite a productive writing session I had this morning. I'd basically done a lot of my thinking yesterday. I made a lot of handwritten notes at a certain point, and I seem to be falling back when I get stuck to just trying to handwrite it out and see what comes out of that, and then picking the key points and popping them back into my typewritten blog post and working with it from there. So yesterday I had quite a few false starts, but then got to a point where it flowed a bit more naturally, and I was able to pick up a few key points and pop them into the blog post. One of the other key things I realised was that this was going to be a two-part piece, that it was still relevant to tackle the issue of the value of experience in the information age, but then I want to extend it and look at Industry 4.0, the augmented worker, the impact of artificial intelligence, and the value of tacit knowledge in this era. So one of the key points I've landed on is that whilst the information age allows us to store, transmit and process information digitally, there is an increasingly valuable realm of tacit knowledge which basically can't be readily documented, and the efforts to do so are very time consuming, incomplete and frustrating, and that the real answer is to use the tools we have available to allow people to freely interact and exchange knowledge not only inside the organisation but beyond the boundaries of the organisation. I haven't quite landed the ending of the blog post yet, but I've sent it off to my dangerous blogging mentor Katie Mack to see what she thinks and how we can tighten it up a little bit. Jess has gone out, so I'm at home with little Bella running around at my feet doing all the things that puppies do whilst I try to get a little bit of work done before the handyman arrives. It took me a bit of effort to find a handyman. I think maybe my jobs are too small for most regular, bigger outfits. And even things like Jim's handyman service and online services, I really couldn't get anyone reliable through that. So I think the guy, I found him through the internet. I think he's maybe a retired handyman who's coming to do a few jobs. I'll show you what I've got him doing. Okay, I've got a shelf from which you can suspend a roll of paper that I can use for brainstorming ideas, drawing pictures and so on, and I'm going to get that put up here in my office space on the wall where I can use it. Jess wants a shelf up on the wall here, just above where her makeup sits. I'm not quite sure what she's going to do with it, but anyway, she's got such a lovely teenage girl bedroom all set up now. It's really pretty and she's very happy with it. Storage is always a problem in small apartments, and I have no garage storage, so I brought this wall cabinet, which I'm hoping, subject to the advice this guy gives me, to suspend at the top of here of the hallway cabinet to give me more storage space, because basically kind of from here up is wasted space at the moment. For some reason Bella really doesn't like coming up the hallway. I don't know whether it's just too long for her, but the poor little poppet just sits here and whines. So I'll pick her up and bring her with me. This is my laundry, and I want to use that space there for more storage, so I've got a similar wall cabinet that I'm hoping he can hang up in that spot. And the other challenge I want to address is power access from this side of my galley kitchen. So there's obviously a power connection, power socket behind the fridge, so I'm hoping he can put in the side of this fridge cavity a hole that I can get a power lead through and set up a power board so I can use this space more effectively for food preparation with utensils that need power. I have tried using advice from the guys who work at Bunnings, the big hardware chain here, about what's going to work where. I hope that what I've bought, which I've left packaged, fully packaged at the moment, just in case, but I hope what I've bought, the fittings he's got to put things into the wall properly and so on, are all going to work. Let's see, it would solve me a lot of storage problems, particularly that hall and laundry cupboard. I'm on with assembling the shelves to go into the laundry and hallway, while poor Bella, for her own safety, watches from her pen. Okay, after a closer look and looking at the weight of these, so one of them was 15.2, one was 11. Closer look at the back of the walls where I wanted to mount them. The handyman has said no, they're going to be too heavy, so now I have to undo them and hope I can return them with the packaging in this state. That was why I didn't unpack them until he got here. He should have had a closer look before saying, yeah, go ahead and assemble them. Not to worry. So another one for the return pile. The shelf that I had gotten to put up near my desk was too narrow for the brackets that I got and needed. Come on, Belle. Come on, Belle. Oh, she's too wary of the hallway. So the one thing that did get done, the only job out of all of those that got done, was that Jess's shelf got put up. But it looks beautiful, doesn't it, honey?
Yes, I love it.
Ties the whole room together.
Yeah.
As for the magnetic knife rack, these are instructions. Normally I can follow IKEA instructions. These were atrocious. I'm going to get on YouTube and see there's a video showing me how to do this. Just rounding out the day with a final couple of snaps. So that was a really bitsy piecey little day. I just seemed to not get a good solid run at anything after the blogging, but I did get some work done, mostly on the Learning Uncut podcast. I just did a late exercise class, a calisthenics class from 7 to 8, so I had Audacity open and I was editing a podcast, working with the script and the audio files, just still getting the hang of it, but it's pretty neat little editing tool. So sometimes I get to the end of the day and I figure, well, you know what, you've just got to kind of close the day out and you start afresh tomorrow and hope that it's more productive. So to do that, I like to do what I call rebaselining, which is basically clearing the desk up, closing out anything that's kind of half open. Doesn't mean finishing it off, just closing it out, knowing where I'm at, making sure the to-do list is up to date, and then I can just go to bed with some peace of mind. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll catch you tomorrow.